So in Southport specifically, over the last 2 years, we've been seeing the emergence of a pattern of community life. So what this looks like is that when we go to the park, more and more people know each other. And not just people that are within the same age group, for example, but people across different ages. People come to the main hub, which is Paolo and Velda's home in Southport. People come there and they feel at home. People ranging from the age of 6 years old that attend the children's classes to their parents and even their grandparents actually as well. So this is really what a pattern of community life starts to look like within a country that maybe doesn't have this necessarily in most suburbs.
So I came to Gold Coast 4 months ago for my master's, and through other friends of mine, I met Amelia, Hoshana, and Babak. And while hanging out with them, I got to know that they do community service like Vector JY. And then they were planning to do children's classes. I was a bit hesitant before because I thought I would not be able to manage my schedule with all other things going on. But they kind of like asked me in a way that if I would be able to contribute for the children's classes. And I thought I should give it a try because I've always wanted to do community service. So that is how I got into being a children's classes teacher, like 2 months ago, yeah.
So the Southport team formed a few years ago with a few youth that moved to Southport and really had the vision of creating a pattern of community life in this suburb. But really the core of it is just a group of about 6 people that meet every week and are very conscious of wanting to create a pattern of community life. It's really that simple. And so every week we meet, we create general plans, and they're very concrete. So we're like, okay, these are the people we'd like to visit, or these are the conversations we've had over the last week that we need to continue. So that's really the nucleus in Southport. But then branching off from that, there's more and more people that are now interested in teaching classes and in facilitating junior youth groups and even tutoring. Actually, we have one new tutor. And that's kind of this extended circle of friends that is, again, very engaged and thinking about the community. So all it takes is really a very small group of friends to have this determination and vision. I think the vision is the most important part, actually. And then with time, that vision is achieved. If it comes a year or two later, it's fine. It's not going to happen immediately. In Southport, it took a few years. But then once the ball starts rolling, other people naturally get attracted to it.
So the space came about when I was part of a charity, and I was delivery logistic part of the charity, and I needed help. And then I started calling my friends saying, man, there's this amazing charity that I'm part of. I need some volunteer. I want to do volunteer work here in Australia. So I was just like connecting to them. And then this grew, and a lot of people are coming to that space because they have a good heart for service to help people, but also there was a great environment for people to practice English, because like I'm from Brazil and I have a lot of connection into the Brazilian community. So we were like talking about how can you like do volunteer work in Australia, and they were like, okay, but there's a place I can do volunteer, but also I can practice English. And throughout the process I started doing DSA, this course on social action, and I grew so much, I learned so much from it. So I thought, I had an idea like, how can we connect that, right? So we started a DSA group, and out of the DSA, that's where one of our friends had an issue with language, and that's where we had the idea like, okay, Saba offers the youth material, maybe we can use their youth material to practice the language, even though it's not focused on learning English, but it's easier and more digestible language, so it's easier to practice it. And that's what came about. So I was pretty much connecting and getting people that I thought would benefit and needed the space. It was pretty organic, and out of there was like, okay, how can we bring more friends through it? How can we help them to get exposure to that content, to that information? Yeah.
Language Cafe, it's a place where I go when I want to have a great connection with people, great conversations about anything, and where I can be myself. I don't feel judged, or I don't feel afraid of saying something wrong, because I think the main idea behind this project since it started, it was to come here to improve our language, our English mainly, while we have meaningful conversations. So we started reading the book about Musonda, Basics of Confirmation, And then every time we would read a chapter, we would have a discussion about what happened there. And although she's 13 years old, she would bring a lot of thoughts about confirmations, about trusting God, about loving and helping each other. So she always brings some good ideas that, although it seems simple, at the same time it's very profound, because it's that kind of conversation that if you don't spend the time to have that conversation, you wouldn't have in a normal day in your life. Because everyone is so busy, everyone is just talking about how busy they are, or talking about work or studies. Having this place where you go and you have this type of conversations, it's kind of a relaxing moment of my week. You know, when you go to do some activities just to relax, you can go for a walk, you can go dancing, you can go do whatever. Language Cafe is that place where I go when I just want to relax and release.
I think one of the ways that this community and this foundation had been impacting me is, I wouldn't say adding things to my life, but are making me reflect to those qualities that I already have within me, and how I can bring this out and build my capacity to share that with others and create impact around me. And as I improve myself and feel more confident and build my capacity, I feel empowered to do that with others, and so on and so forth. So it's a community that lifting people up and showing them they are capable of bringing meaningful change to the community. That's how I feel.
It's about 2 months that I'm in GSA every Friday night, and it's been amazing, remarkable for me and for my son that he's coming as well. He's 11 years old. It's been an amazing experience. Since we met this group, I can teach him a lot of good things in life, a lot of good things that I believe we need to teach the kids to become a better world in the future. For us, what I can tell, it's been amazing, amazing, amazing experience.
For my daughter, she had the opportunity to talk about your feelings, because she is a young adolescent and have difficult to talk about values with the other younger people. I don't know exactly, but I feel like had found the correct place to be. I remember in Brazil when I told I will go to Australia because I have something to do in there. And now I deeply feel in my heart, I am walking in my purpose in my life. It's good, very good.
We decided that we wanted to start to create these spaces that would be a haven for, all mankind. So how can we start to talk to people and get people to come in to our spaces and create these spaces where people want to come, and we have this vibrant community. So it started by having conversations with the parents of these junior youth and the parents of the children's classes. Not everyone started coming, but we did get quite a few households starting to come to our Friday night space. What we're teaching in these Baha'i children's classes and what we're doing with these Ruhi books and these institute books are more around building a vibrant community. They're around creating spaces where people have purpose and a sense of belonging and agency to serve the community and feel capable to serve the community and feel I have something I can offer. So our Friday night space now is quite a bustling, busy night. We have on average about 35 to 40 people come into our home. We've got around 10 children, 10 youth, and then 15 to 20 adults. We get together, we play games together, we sing happy birthday because nearly every week it's someone's birthday with that many people. We've got a beautiful devotional program that happens at the start that all of the children, youth and junior youth and adults all participate. We've got drums, we've got guitar, we've got singing. So, it's a very beautiful, vibrant Friday night dinner. and devotional that we offer the community. On the Friday night space, we had 2 nights that were devoted to mental health, and we invited lots of people to those from our friendship groups. And all of those people, we then had conversations with them about forming a men's group. So the men's group started, and the men have also started studying now the Institute. So they're now also arising to serve and offer, more activities for the community. So we currently have 4 children's classes. 3 of them are in one house and 1 of them is in Runcorn. We have a vision and a goal that each year we have a new grade 1 starting. So we've currently got a grade 1, a grade 2, a grade 3 and a grade 4. And today I actually graduated our grade 2s. The turning points, I think, for me as an individual was realizing that even if I could do absolutely everything, if I quit my job, like I work full time, if I quit my job, if I served full time, I would love to. But I realized there's really only so many people I can really have a strong relationship with. Maybe 50 if I'm lucky. I could maintain 50 close relationships with the people in my neighborhood, or with, like the people in my networks, and offer these community building activities. And I realized that what we really need is to find people who are willing and happy and interested, and they are out there to come and participate with us and collaborate with us and work with us. But there are 40,000 people living within these suburbs. If we want to really have an impact on the community, if we want to really reach and provide this service to the world, we really need thousands of people to arise and to walk with us on this path of service.
So the conversation for me and what drove me to actually make this next step into the DSA group, especially for me and my wife at home, was me to understand my language better and how I actually communicate with my wife at the core. I realized that there were certain things that I picked up, little bits here and there, but being objective, to be able to really step back and look at that from the outside in was a really eye-opening process for me to actually see that there's a lot of things that I needed to work on with myself. And that was actually the driving force. And my wife actually noticed the change in with me instantly. And she said, look, I'd really like to be a part of this as well, because I feel like there's something I can work on as well. The impact for me was at my core, myself understanding about how I can be a better person. And, it's not just doing things for yourself, but doing things for others around you as well. And that's been an empowering thing for me to actually understand we're here for more than just ourselves. We get very tunnel vision within our own close circles, and then creating a community and what else you can do with the people around you as being one of the amazing parts, and then starting my own DSA group as part of that process, and then also putting on these amazing events to bring amazing people together.
First of all, the meetings. The meetings that we have, I always leave on a high. I think it's good to get in with like-minded people. I work in real estate, which is really competitive. So it's probably one of the only spaces that I work in where I wouldn't even call it work. I attend where there's no competition. Everyone's free to say what they want to say. We all collaborate in our conversations. Someone will add something to a conversation that will then maybe make you think in another level and sort of change the way that you think. And also, on a day-to-day basis, my job's where I make a lot of phone calls. And I think before I get on a call, how can I help somebody?
I think at the core of the stuff that we do is not just the education, but the action of discourse on social action. One of the first things that we speak about is the forward action and progression of the things, the thoughts and the learnings that we take. Service has always been, I think, an important part to how I see the world and see life. That's really instilled that and then encouraged me to do more. And I want to be more involved in what we do and the next phase in what we do and just help more people. So service is really at the core, I think, of what we talk about, but I think it should be at the core of everybody, to be honest.
People forget that they are spiritual beings living a human experience, not human beings living a spiritual experience. And when I thought about that in the context of what we're doing, what this does is it helps you get closer to the source, closer to that connection with your community, yourself, everything around you. So it's just polishing that mirror so that reflection is clearer. I think that's the core of what I've taken away from it. It's the process, the map, if you like, or a structure we're so disjointed in society, in the modern world. The twofold moral purpose, having the internal and the external and bringing that to one. Like a lot of people wouldn't treat themselves the way, you treat your environment, a park or family or friends or just strangers in the street. Having the ability to see those things as one, in the same, just gives real meaning and light to those things. So it's given me hope again for the future.